Okay, we'll teleport back to Tuliolol. And I assume we're gonna need to head over to Wachumeqimeqi to start this quest. Yeah, it's from Rolpli. So let's head on over there. Yeah, this is it. Appreciated value. Yep, that's the quest. Hello, Rolpli. Looks like you got another quest for me. Appreciated value. Rolpli is gladdened by your presence in Wachumeqimeqi. Well, if it isn't brilliant. Come to sample the fruits of your labor. These shops have gone from failing to flourishing. And with business booming, a delightful little idea has been simmering in the back of my mind. A plan I'd always hoped to put into motion, and now I believe I can. Now that I think on it, your help would go a long way to ensuring its success. Might you be willing to hear the particulars? Sure. But the middle of a clamorous market is no place for such conversation. Would you wait for me at Gorn it Truck Gleam Sands? I have no idea where that is, but I'm sure I can just follow the quest marker. Okay, looks like it's on the other side of the city. Okay, let's teleport on over there. I still feel like the placement of the Aetherites in the city is a little annoying. Like, I guess they're in the places that they need to be, but it's just kind of... It just still feels like you still have to walk a fair bit. I guess that's why they ended up adding jog. My apologies for the wait. Time is pell, as they say. Let's not waste a moment more. As you know, our country has endured much in recent times. Well, that's an understatement. The right of succession had scarcely concluded when that dome appeared in Yasselani. Then came the invasion, and the former Dawn servant was slain. Even so, I cannot help but feel this strife has only strengthened the bonds between the peoples of Troll. Why, even the Yokoi have seen fit to come down from the mountains to visit. More heartening still, the Tuliolol citizens, previously thought lost to the dome, have been returning home in greater and greater numbers. I can only assume we owe it to the government's efforts to repair the railroad. Yes, I may have had a hand in that. I'm even wearing the gear I was wearing 5 minutes ago. All of that being said, I think what we need now is a good sale, don't you think? Yes, a sale of prodigious proportions to celebrate our nation's melting pot of myriad cultures. After all, what is Tuliolol if not a house of countless beads itself? Right, I think that was the meaning of Wachumeqimeqi. Or it's something like that. Maybe that's Tuliolol, I don't remember. There's something, one of those words means house of countless beads. We'll call it the Wachumeqimeqi Appreciation Sale, and invite vendors from across the continent to take part. Doesn't that sound splendid? That sounds profitable. As it happens, a merchant by the name of Mablu has been traveling around Tyrol on my behalf, speaking to anyone and everyone who might be interested. Man, Mablu, you're getting around. I mean, her dream was to become a merchant, right? Everyone save those still living in the dome, but I feel it would be remiss of me not to extend them an invitation. Our relationship with them is a complicated one, to be sure, but Tyrol is no less their home than ours. Their home is Alexandria, sir. Their presence here would afford us all the chance to extend a hand in friendship. Yet I'm woefully uneducated about their culture, and truthfully, making arrangements for this event has demanded the sole focus of my attention. Which is why I'd like to enlist the aid of someone intimately familiar with their present circumstances. Someone like you. Provided it's not too much trouble, of course. Well, I literally can't say no, so... Right, of course. Right, of course. None shall go unappreciated on my watch. Thank you, Brilliant. You might be the most dependable artisan I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. Again, it's more because I literally can't say no. Ah, yes, and then there they are. All the merchants we helped out. But Wachumeqimeqi has no shortage of candidates vying for that title. In fact, these fine folks have volunteered to assist with all facets of the event preparations. Rolpli's enlisted your help as well, has he? Then we've a veritable army's worth of support behind us. Rolpli has assigned me to the Yosolani expedition. I'm glad to be traveling with you, friend. Right, so his story was that he literally didn't want to leave Tuliolol because he was afraid, because his family had been killed or whatever, and he couldn't move on. But now he's interested in traveling, definitely not with his boyfriend or anything. And he was a bit of a fishy guy. And me. Got my Zectoral permit, and I'm raring to go. Well, there are some pretty fancy fish there. While you three are off handling that, the rest of us will put together some eye-catching advertisements for the big event, with quality and quantity an equal measure. Of course, her whole thing was about she was good at quantity, but she didn't have the skills for quality. But then her assistant was really good with quality, but couldn't do very much quantity, and they ended up needing to find a balance between them. I'm pleased to say that Zimaweni has also volunteered to assist in the preparations, though I suspect his motivation lie entirely in the prospect of hearing tales from the dome. In any case, I pray for a sizable turnout. Well then, expedition team, your destination is a settlement found on the outskirts within the dome. Brilliant. Can I count on you to lead the way? And by lead the way, I mean, I'm gonna just teleport right there. Wonderful. Travel safely and report back once you've settled in. As for the rest of us, let's get to work. Remember, no one is to overexert themselves, for we'll need as many hands as we can get to help customers once the sale is underway. Alright, Shuni, Donahanu, let's head on out to the outskirts. Outskirts, here we come. Right. Shuni, are you sure you're gonna be okay without your boyfriend? When I said I might soon embark on a journey, I must confess, this is not what I had in mind. Nevertheless, I'm ready when you are, Brillian. With the train running again, I doubt our trip will be especially eventful, but Uvlo insisted on tagging along as a bodyguard. See, you gotta bring your boyfriend with you. Our little cadre is quickly becoming a merry band, it seems. Alright, technically I'm not a combat class right now, so I can't just go and kill everything. And the more the merrier. Seeing as Passionin's in town for a visit, I invited him along too. Now, what say we mosey on out? Sounds good. Travel to the outskirts? Yes. Except we literally just established with Nituwike, this isn't obviously, and this isn't in the video if you're watching this on YouTube, but we just did Wachumeqimeqi, Nituwike custom deliveries, and we just established that they don't actually have a train. They don't actually have the train running to the Yosolani station yet. So I don't know how we're getting a train running all the way up here, though. Anyways, go and talk to everyone first. I admit, it is nerve-wracking to be so far from home, but Uvlo has proven reliable in combat, as have my magics, of course. Yeah, he's a blue mage, obviously, if you couldn't figure that out. He's a blue mage that we helped out in the Danuhanu quest, and his whole specialty is fish magics, which works perfectly with Danuhanu here. I am a hunter first and foremost, which isn't to say I don't have experience as a guard. Still, it was a relief to have you with us, except I'm not a combat class right now. I knew Yosolani had changed, but this is How have the Shitona managed to survive out here all this time? With Electrope, of course. The desert has my feathers fluffing up something fierce. And now this lightning's got my wings all tingly. I was wondering, I was gonna say, like, shouldn't the thunder be doing that? The sooner we finish our work here, the better. Now, how do you reckon we go about asking these folks to join our event? Seeing how different life here must be, I worry we might not see eye to eye. Same as we'd ask any good neighbor. We keep asking until they say get a yes. No, that's not a good idea. Nothing else for it, eh? Let's split up and start inquiring. But just know we'll be counting on you to fish us out of trouble if it comes to fish us out of trouble. Because he's the fish guy. Alright, let's head on over to the quest workers and try and invite some people to our sale. Oh, there's Danuhanu. Apparently we need to talk to him first. Oh, brilliant. Thank goodness you're here. Talks aren't going as well as we'd hoped. Oh, is this going to be one of those you gotta pick the right dialogue choices? Do you want me to go where? Perfect timing, brilliant. I was just asking this fine lad if he'd like to come and see Tuliulol, but, sorry, but I'm not sure where to travel outside the barrier. Granted, I was born and raised in Yasalani, but I was a child then. I scarcely remember it. As far as I'm concerned, this is my home now. You're just visiting, bro. Wait a moment. Aren't you the visitor who was asking about fish native to Heritage Found? Right, we had to... So for some reason, this is the only quest line that had anything inside the dome. All the other... Well, I guess all the other quest lines were just crafting stuff. And then they had like one thing where they ventured out into the somewhere else into the Tuliulol. But for this one, or in the mining and botanist one, we did go to... No, that was for the alchemist. I was thinking of the Napala tender tunas. But I believe we did go to Shaloni for one of the steps. But this is the only questline where we actually went into the dome for something. Which was interesting. Let's see, aren't you the visitor who was asking about the fish native to Heritage Found? What was that about, if I may? Oh, well, Dawn here can tell you all about it. This formidable fishwoman came here at my request and caught a full musturgeon, that I might master my tribe's magical arts. And she managed to hook one. That's no small feat, except I'm not dressed up as a fisher right now. A fellow aficionado. Dawn, don't make me slap you. Tell you what, make the trip to Tuliulol, and you're welcome to browse my collection of fresh, fantastic specimens at Fish Fancy's Danuhanu. Didn't occur to me that he was an aficionado. Now that's an offer I would be hard-pressed to refuse. Oh, why not? Perhaps I'll invite my family along, too. Oh no, they can stay. Thank you. But before I let you go, I'd love to hear a bit more about the local swimmers. Well, I'd say we took care of that. They've certainly become fast friends, haven't they? Well, I mean, they're both aficionados, right? I suppose I should have expected to find fish enthusiasts in every far-flung corner of the realm. If nothing else, everything appears to be going quite swimmingly. Leave it to us, and we'll see to it that he and his family make it safely to Tuliulol. Didn't expect us to run into the guy that we talked to during that quest line. Now you've got me curious about what lies beyond the barrier. I want to see with my own two eyes. All of it, fish included. Except it's only been like a couple days, so like not much has really changed. This one's got a discerning eye for fancy fish, let me tell you. Forgetting our mission? Who, me? No, ma'am. Right, Dawn, sure. I never dared imagine you and that Fulma surgeon could have led to such riveting conversation. But worry not, Brillian. I do believe we can take it from here. Oh, good. Then I don't have to listen to more fish puns. Alright, next one's gonna be Shuni and his boyfriend. And what are they gonna be talking about? Oh, he said he was wondering about the Shatona. So yeah, we're gonna talk to a Shatona. That makes sense. Wait, didn't we talk to this person in one of the quest lines? At some point? Yeah, I guess we'll see in a second. For a blessing, we managed to find someone willing to hear us out. But it remains uncertain whether Master Shuni's efforts will elicit a favorable response. Alright, you have my attention. Right, this was in one of the quests we did. No, I think it was in one of the Aether Current quest lines. And since it is an appreciation sale for all the peoples of Tyrol, naturally, the citizens of Alexandria would be most welcome to take part. That sounds like a marvelous idea. I'm something of a traveling merchant myself, you know. Okay, this must be someone else. From local farm produce to electrope ore, I aid in the distribution of all manner of supplies. Perhaps someone among my network of contacts could help me put together a storefront for your event. So the Shatona way of life within the dome is no different than without, centered on the blessings of the land. Blessings of the land? You sound like my mother. Perhaps our way of living is the same, or perhaps not. I've never even seen the old Yasalani, so it's hard to know for sure. Uh-oh. Say, before we worry ourselves with this appreciation sale, why don't the two of us get properly acquainted? I'm sure there's much you could teach me, oh my. To teach? You misunderstand. I'm no expert on the Shatona. I'm merely visiting Viera from Othard. What does that have to do with anything? Come on, bro. It's a bun girl. I suppose it doesn't? It's Junie, because he's like 50 years older than him. If I recall, Shuni's like 50, is like 50 or 60 or something like that. Or he's decently old, and then he's actually like pretty young for a bun. While Uvlo is undeniably great fun to tease, I must ask you press no further. We need all the able hands we can get to prepare for the sale. I'm not leaving without him. Besides, he's my boyfriend. Fine, fine. In lieu of an apology, I'll be sure to inquire with all relevant parties. I hope we'll meet again at the sale. Yeah, he is fun to tease. Ma'am, don't worry about it. The expedition team appears to have matters well in hand. Now would be an opportune time to return to Tuliolol and inform Rolpli of their success. Yes, it would. Like to Uvlo and Shuni first? I mustn't assume the Shatona are identical to my own people, and yet I cannot deny there are no few similarities. Am I merely fumbling for excuses? Yes. To be fair, there are much less a lot fewer male buns than female buns, so I could understand why that interaction would happen if you're like not experienced with the other gender. Plus he's supposed to be young, right? It would appear our negotiations are off to a smooth start. Oh yes, they are. Rest assured, we'll work together to see this through to the end. Yes, I hope you better keep a leash on your boyfriend there. He might get snatched up. Anyway, let's go ahead and teleport back to Tuliolol. Alright, let's teleport over to Wachumeqimeqi. Yep, there it is. Yeah, it looks like we are talking to Rolpli. Oh yeah, well, it says speak to Rolpli, so I think we're going to. Oh, okay, they're actually not here. I was wondering if they were going to actually be here or not. Then again, why are they the only ones here? These two. Let's go ahead and talk to them. Although I don't think this was here before. Shops are closed while we put together decorations for the big event. If you're looking for Pameka, she's handling the paperwork, and Zero Jaws off spreading the word. Yeah, I was wondering where everyone else was. Brilliant. Already finished speaking with the denizens of the dome, are you? I should have known it wouldn't take you long. Alright, let's head on back over to Rolpli. Hello, Rolpli. Everything's going well. I see you've returned from the dome. The expedition team is finding success, I hope. Well, that's why I'm here. Excellent. You have my thanks for overseeing their efforts. While you're at it, would you do me a favor and check on the rest of our dear shopkeepers? I already did. There's only one pair of shopkeepers here. In particular, I'd like to know how Pameka and Zimaweni are faring. And I think they would be heartened to see you. You'll find them processing entrance at the Arch of the Dawn. Oh, okay. Let's head on over there. That's on the other side of the city again. Let's teleport over there. I already voiced my complaints about the aetherite spread throughout the city. I mean, they cover the important parts, like the inn and the market board and like the crafting area. But like it still feels like there's not that much aetherite coverage in this place. There they are. Looks like they got some Yokoi individual as well. I heard Pameka would be taking part in the sale, so I've offered to help. Wouldn't want your hand falling off from all that writing now, would we? Fortunately, Brook Evo was quite willing to give me the time off. I mean, he's probably gonna be there. Hey, Brook Evo. To reserve a stall for the event, you must first submit the proper paperwork, of course. But if you'd like, I can help you fill it out. You need only tell me what to write. By all means, spare me the hassle. But first, are alpacas allowed in the market? Peddlers like myself wouldn't have any business at all, were it not for our fuzzy four-legged friends. I see. Let's write in a request under special accommodations then. So long as you keep the stall clean, I don't foresee any issues. Thank you kindly. She's very well behaved, I assure you. By the way, what's this I hear about an establishment serving as something? We're currently compiling a catalog of all the storefronts that will be open for business during the sale. I'm sure you'll find plenty that suits your fancy. I deal primarily in stone sculptures, as well as the tools traditionally used to carve them. All created in miniature, of course, to fit to Liolon hands. Wonderful. Everything seems to be in order. Allow me to fill out a vendor application on your behalf. If you should have any further need of my pen to prepare signboards or price tags, I would be happy to assist you. Right, in their questline, I think we established that it's not uncommon for people to not actually be able to read or write here, or at least be able to write. So that's why she offers the scribing services, so that and that's also why they're offering to fill stuff out for them. That would be most helpful. The script used here holds no meaning to a yokoi like myself. This sale is shaping up to be a most wondrous event, would you not agree? A beautiful tapestry of different cultures, threaded together by the spoken word. Which reminds me, I'd love to hear more about your culture. Surely you have a little time between tasks. Zimaweni, you scoundrel! Is this why you volunteered to help? You needn't worry about us, Berlian. We're tasked with welcoming all the visiting merchants, and it's been a steady stream thus far. Really, if anyone's struggling at the moment, I fear it might be Zrolja. She agreed to handle event promotion so we could focus on assisting visitors. You should be able to find her at Bright Plume Posts. Having worked at Zabaliev Tai, I'm confident in my ability to make customers from all quarters of Tyrol feel at home. The key is to find common understanding, be it through careful explanation or apt comparison. Right. We're working hard to ensure that the merchants who participate have to do as little paperwork as possible. After all, we want them to enjoy the event too. Oh, right, where's the last place? Oh, all the way over there, on the other side of the city. Let's head on over there. Did they just want us to run around the city for this quest? And like, that's on, actually no, there is one over by the Landsguard area, so, yeah. That's not too bad. There's, again, as much as I complained about the Aetherites not being very well placed, they've had an Aetherite in a decent place most of the time. All right, Hulnaruk and Zrolja. Big heart thanks for sweat work of the Landsguard. Well, yeah, they keep you alive. I know how hard you folks work every day to keep Tuliol safe, and I have just the thing to put a spring back in your step. This event about giving heart thanks for sweat work of the whole community, and that includes Landsguarding. Tell all your fighty friends to come and try a juicy mix at the Wachumeqimeqi appreciation sale. You seem a bit enthusiastic, sir. And he doesn't say anything? Okay. Sorry, Brillian. I didn't mean to ignore you. I just couldn't risk losing my momentum. We're handing out free samples, you see, to help promote the sale. Hulnaruk's been a great help thus far. Also almost no grumbling, if you can believe it. I'm a little nervous for our Alexandrian guests to sample our wares, though. What if they hate all of our drinks? They'll just make a new one. You've spent some time inside the dome, haven't you, Brillian? What can you tell me about the Alexandrian palate? Well, it's very British. Maybe you should get some beans. They have energizing drinks of vibrant colors, that's right. Definitely not a Red Bull commercial. Good juice transcends all borders. Yeah, I mean, they got some weird stuff there. Weirdest Red Bull commercial ever. I think that's what I named I think that's what I titled that video. You know, that sounds a lot like Bunewa soda. Maybe they will like my drinks after all. Zrolja will never be a master juice keeper while spouting the doubtfeels of an amateur. Man, he just goes straight there. I beg your pardon. I was merely trying to be considerate of our customers' preferences. Is Brilliant ear-catching these flaps? If it wasn't for a professional stuff seeker Hulnaruk, Zrolja would give herself belly pains from so much overthink. Ignore our squabbling, Brilliant. You've given me the confidence I need to offer my refreshments to everyone who visits Wachumeqimeqi, no matter where they come from. More importantly, I do believe Ral Saj and her assistant are building us some rather unique promotional decorations at her workshop. Right, we saw that earlier. Kind of wondered if that had always been there. You should go and see her for yourself if you haven't already. I mean, I did, but they didn't. But I'm gonna have to go and do it again. Hulnaruk is eager for Domelanders to try Bunewa soda. The fizzy pops alone are worth a taste sip. Do you think the rest of the expedition team will stay for a meal while they're in the dome? I'd love to get some inspiration for a new juice blend. Yes, you would. Alright, let's head over to Rolpli and see what they were making there. So we saw it earlier, we just weren't able to ask them about it yet. Alright, Rolpli, what is this thing? Brilliant! Already finished speaking with the denizens of the dome, are you? I should have known. Oh yeah, okay, that's the exact same thing we saw before. Ah, brilliant! Welcome back. I take it things are going well out in the dome? Glad to hear it. While you've been gone, me and Papwani have been rigging together this big old decoration for the appreciation sale, whatever the heck it is. I designed them to resemble dirigibles. Well, okay, that makes a little more sense. Like those stationed at the landing to the west. To me, they are a symbol of Tuliolol, collecting all our disparate communities in a fashion not unlike the chain of a necklace. Shouldn't you thank Koana for that? Which is kind of ironic, since he's the one who's always like, yo, we need the technology, who cares about their culture? And then they try and like take him bringing the dirigible technology from Eorzea, or well, the airship technology from Eorzea, and building the dirigibles. And then like somehow, and then actually they twist that into being like, oh, it's promoting our culture, diversity. Interesting. Progress has been steady too, owing to Ameca's generous provisions of cloth and paper. Now all that's left is to decorate Wachumeqimeqi with our finished pieces. But, well, now that you're here, how about you do it? Might you be willing to place them for us? You know, the grunt work, as they said in a different quest that I forgot. I don't think it was this quest, I think it was one we did earlier. I'd like to use the time we have left to keep building, if that's alright. I think a few more would really set the mood. We really want this sale to be a success, Brilliant. Once you've finished, let Rolpli know we're nearly done here, yeah? Sounds good to me. I mean, to be fair, they're actually doing something that they are going to be, that they do on their, only they can do. So like having me do something that I can go and do, and they continue doing the thing only they can do, it just makes sense. We designed these balloons for easy assembly. Just put them wherever you reckon will get the most eyes on them. And tell Rolpli once the decorations are in place. Yes, I will. Save for a few simplified areas, and the scale, of course. I've stayed faithful to the design of a real dirigible. Don't they remind you of cute little birds? I mean, it kind of looks like a beak. I guess so. Anyway, let's start with the farthest one down here. And then we'll make our way back and eventually talk to Rolpli. There's one. Let's do the other by Dawn's place here. You can see all the fish. Obviously Dawn's place. And the third one is right next to the other one, okay? Alright, let's talk to Rolpli. All done here. I think that's all the preparations we need to do. Tell me, Brilliant, how is everyone doing? It seems they're as passionate about this sale as I am. I appreciate you checking in on them. Likewise, my preparations are proceeding apace. All that remains now is to ensure our visitors are permitted entry into Tuliolol. Speaking of which, I received word from Shuni that he and the others will be here soon, accompanied by all those who wish to peddle their wares at the sale. Why, I can see the balloons from here. There's nothing like adding a touch of flair to a busy market, don't you think? If everything keeps to schedule, it won't be long before the Wachumeqimeqi appreciation sale is ready to begin. Stay and watch for a while, won't you? I mean, I literally can't say no. Observe Wachumeqimeqi appreciation sale? Yes. Business is booming, baby. How about Bunewa soda? The herbs and spices will perk you right up. Best of all, first-timers can taste some crisp, cold fizzy pops free of charge. I don't need to go that fast. Nope, there's the guy. That's the fish guy. A letter to a relative here in town? Certainly, and you're in luck. We're offering a special discount today. While we're at it, we should tell them of your new home. Any recent developments you've heard? How about a sturdy set of metal tools? We'll have them ready in no time, whatever, and we can craft them to fit your hands, of course. Quality guaranteed. Alright, those are the tools that he wanted to set up. Or that Yokoi person. Oh, but there's the alpaca that they requested. Oh, is that Mablu? I mean, there's only been like a couple pink ones. Now tell me, ladies, which of these fancy catches do you fancy the most? Oh, okay, this is they stopped the auto advancing. If you're interested, I can teach you how to cook them. This is pretty neat. And the camera work is pretty cool too. Way that it's weaving its way through the market. Rest assured, I have no intention of closing shop either way, especially now that I have a reliable supplier. Did I not hear her invite you to browse her wares? Have you no interest? Of course I do. She said she brought a variety of traditional Alexandrian handicrafts from other national exports, but I'm on duty at the moment. Uvlo. He's so strict. It's so funny. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, those are some of the goods that are sold at the, what are they called? The arcade. I think it was arcade. Oh, brilliant! The Wachumeqimeqi appreciation sale is a tremendous success. It warms my heart to see so many happy faces, and on both sides of the bartering table. Commerce is a delicate balance between supply and demand, between customers who labor for coin to spend, be it Pell or Gil, and merchants who labor to receive it, only to spend it elsewhere in turn. In that way, we are Wachumeqimeqi, all of us beads on the chain of commerce. Now, what are you waiting for? This is a golden sales opportunity. Get out there and browse to your heart's content. I don't think they're going to have this whole market animated, so we're probably not going to be able to walk around it. It'll probably cut and then everybody will be gone. Yep, I figured that's how it would be. I mean, that would be a little tricky to do. You'd have to have I'd probably have to be an instance area. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Truly, it's a joy to know that so many have enjoyed the sale. And to think, were it not for the support of a skilled artisan like yourself, our fair shops might still be struggling to this day. Yes, I dare say this event was a gesture of appreciation for you as well, Brilliant. Well, at least finally I'm getting some appreciation around here. You know, the main character. I hope we can always count on your patronage here in Wachumeqimeqi, and then I never show up again. Oh yeah, I never actually looked at what you get from this. Oh, you get the balloon? I think this is a tabletop? I don't want that, I wanted a minion. Anyway. Trade and true.